Welcome back, folks, to some more Disco Elysium. We're going to continue our investigation where we left off. And if I remember correctly, we just talked to the old blind woman in the fishing village, and she'd given away the location of Ruby Hardy, Titus Hardy's missing and suspicious sister. Well, not quite the location. She says she's gone up the coast somewhere, so that's where we're going to pick this up. What the hell am I wearing on my head? That's a ridiculous hat. Look at that. That is crazy. Is that worth it? +1 logic. Might be. I don't have a good selection of hats. I would love some better hats. Authority, reaction speed. Yeah, I'm going to go with reaction speed. Mind you. Yeah, they're about... Yeah, 6 and 2 3. Let's go with that. Doesn't look quite as ridiculous. So, all we know is that Ruby went up the coast and we're looking for clues. So, I'm not quite sure what sort of clues we're going to be looking for. Oh, I think it did say, if I remember, it did say to go and look at that poster again on that side of that building. So, that's where we're going. I don't want to be up there. I want to be around the back of this. I'm hoping I can get up this way. We've not found anything else of use or interest around the back of here. So it's a bit of an unusual thing, assuming that this now gives away a different story. Let's take a look. The poster. Visual calculus. I don't know that this will. A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall with another 7 shades standing 10 metres from them. A single person stands on the sideline. Look at the people against the wall. A host of men in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. There's nothing extra there. Nothing extra whatsoever. So that's a real disappointment. It did say, I'm sure we had on our tasks, to go and look at that thing again. Explore for the coast for signs. I'm sure a hint came up. We were supposed to look at that. There is nothing. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong... Oh, hang on. Maybe there is something. A door, a building, a hiding place. Could the instigator be inside? There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry them off have failed. Can I try to get in, though? Not this time. The opposition is insurmountable, but I like the spirit. At some points, it's lonely and cold without points. Thank you. Thank you, physical instrument. And dangerous, too. Kim, you think she's in here? Point at the boarded up building. The suspect? God, I hope not. I can't see a way in. Inspects the bars. Though many have tried. Nothing more to do here, then. Finish the thought. Okay. So maybe that building wasn't the one. There's that bunker further up the coast. Maybe we just had to come and look at this place. I guess we're checking abandoned buildings, right? Okay, well, that was something. There's a little way of sprinting just a touch faster. It would be quite pleasant. This might be something here. This was another building that we really couldn't get into. Anything around the back? Was it this poster I was supposed to... Ah, maybe it was this one. Let's take a look. You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. Slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says tomorrow is just a whisper away. Step closer. Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. Feld Electrical. How ironic. All those dark rooms. Feld Electrical. You only know them as a small company that makes ink cartridges. Looks like they used to be big. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first. Could Ruby be in there? In there? She could. Or... He points behind you. She could be in the identical ruin over there, or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe. He's not being very helpful, is he? Why single out this one building? Shivers, impossible, listen to... Ah, impossible 20, listen to the wind. I've got a 97%, okay. +3, found the empty trap. +3, found Lena's true story. reconstructed the execution, confronted the pigs, established the nightclub, discovered the anomaly. Death notification? What the hell was that? Anyway, it sounds quite likely that I will figure out a reason for this. Even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead, no rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb. What was I even attempting to do here? Trying to talk to the wind? The city? Whatever you thought would happen did not, and now you're just standing there with your hands fallen to your side. Logic. Is trying to talk to the city something you've done before? Is it not my fault this time. Is it in your secret repertoire? A trick for when you're out of ideas. Yeah, they've added an extra "your" in there. She could be anywhere. How do we find her? How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Lieutenant sighs, then gets a hold of himself. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. It looks north. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the geography at least. And then there's a church. He looks at the bell tower. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Ooh, nice. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village. And if that fails, if we don't find her, then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that. He looks behind him at the dark red box crumbling across the chasm. Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you. Ooh. An adventure awaits, an adventure on the windswept urban coast. I don't think there's any chance trying to do that. Well, any point trying to do that again. This thing here looks interesting. Is this all one... Hang on, let's talk to the locals. He did say talk to the locals. Have you seen a lady around here?
Hello again.
Oh, you can actually. I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen anyone suspicious around? No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. Just a regular day off for me and Michael here. He pats his son's head. So you haven't seen anyone around? No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway. He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone. Okay. I guess we walk the coast then. Let's go. Let's head north. That bunker... What's this? There's a slit in the concrete here. A sewer? The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth. Kim, any idea what's down there? No idea. He takes his glasses off to polish. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here. Think we might find Ruby down there? We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revershol's sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now. He puts his glasses back on. In conclusion, she could be under any building, but not in there. He looks into the slit and sighs. I hope not. What's in there? Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewers? Yell ho into the slit. As in, ho as in hello, not ho as in you ho. I hope. Maybe it might get a response. There's an echo and no answer. Finish the thought. Okay. Well, it's worth looking around this place. I wonder if we're going to be more likely to find that missing signs of gunshot that we were... Did you see that? Did you see that? Can I? There is something to do. Oh, hang on. There's... Just a minute. There is something that we can't play with from this angle over there. Let me just run around the back of this building. Is there any way onto this? Oh, that's a dead end. Let me run around the back of it so we can take a look. I'm not expecting there to be any way through there because... Unless I've been missing something for the last 30 hours of playing this game, we can't switch the camera around. But there is some way to enter that. Now, somewhere we might actually come up on the roof. So let's take a look around. Maybe we did miss something over there and something obvious. I'm going to look out for signs as well. Is there any way? I can't see any way up onto that roof from here. I can't see any way down the back of here, actually. Unless I'm going to come up through that chimney. No. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get any... I am going to get a vibe. That was worth coming down for. It's a long way down to your death from here, 20 meters at least. Okay. Perhaps not the most useful bit of info. I mean, there's more stuff at the church to go and look up. But there's definitely something to interact with there. Now, whether that's been left in by the developers by accident, whether it's something that we will come across later in the adventure, I don't know. And I say adventure because this is truly an adventure. What's this stuff on the floor? Is this not something of interest? Apparently not. Okay, so I still think up by that bunker is our best bet at finding some information. Don't know what this stuff is here, actually. There's lots of it lying about. Little bits of brown rubble. The church is somewhere we could search, but the same address the lead programmer of Fortress Accident was looking for. Let's go and have a word with the people inside. I don't think Ruby's going to be hiding in here. Having said that, Mr. Crabman might have seen something. Is Mr. Crabman still here as he left the premises? Oh, hang on. Are these new clues? What have we got here? This looks like a tiny chemistry lab. Ah, okay. These Nosafed bottles. And tanks of distilled water. Conceptualization. They really have an interesting setup here. Like kids preparing for a school science fair. It's pretty neat. Are we sure about this? Something smells fishy. Nah, that's just the smell of healthy experimentation and lots of chemicals. Hey, Andre, what's all this? This? Oh, we're trying to see if we can come up with some cool new special effects to add to the visual aspect of our club experience. He gestures toward the setup proudly. We tinker with things, art, music, chemistry. I'm not sure I'm buying what you're selling. What kind of effects? Some chemicals, when mixed, can, you know, change colour or sort of blow up. Blow up? Blow up? The young man with a large head pumps his fist in the air. It's either drugs or a bomb factory. I thought it was drugs before. I was sure it was drugs before. Now I'm not so sure. Oh, yeah, it's drugs. Not like, you know, in a dangerous way. He throws egghead an uneasy glance. Oh, well, we're not going to do it in a dangerous way. Besides, did you know that smell experiences are all the rage now at the most forward-thinking venues? She looks up for a moment. Very big in art circles. Yes, chemistry has many uses. In police work too, the lieutenant says, deadpan. The young man looks startled for a moment, but then flashes you his most winsome smile. I hope you get to experience one of our light smell shows sometime, sir, he says, nodding his blonde, spiked head vigorously. It'll be a blast. Feel free to come back later and have a blast with these exemplars of youthful avant-gardism, but we really need to return to the present now. Kim does not approve. Is the crab guy up here? I wish I could find him and talk to him. He might have retreated further up into the rafters. Can you see him? I can't see him, chat. I wouldn't know where to find him. Maybe we're done with our crabman experiences. Okay, I think there's some more information. Form a theory. Well, we can't do that just yet. Have you seen anyone suspicious, say a woman named Ruby? What? No, no one suspicious around here. Oh, apart from the drug dealers running an illegal disco here. She has not seen her, sire. It is true. Okay. I could ask these idiots. But I don't have much hope.
Good morning!
Nope.
Yeah!
I do like his enthusiasm for life.
Yo, man, what's on your mind?
He sounds a bit like Rick from The Young Ones. Listen again. Listen again. Is there...
Yo, man, what's on your mind?
Yeah, it does. A little bit. The late, great Rick Mail.
Odd cop.
Have you seen a red-haired woman around? No. Just no? It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast. That's good. No neighbours to complain about noise when you get the club going. Exactly. It's our chance to turn the grim desolation into an overwhelmingly fun dance party. I can't do any of those. I gave her a hat. Give me +1. Put skill points into reaction speed. Do I have... I have 2 points. My reaction speed is currently 7. Just due to things I'm wearing, I think. Should I put a point into it? I mean, it's going a bit... It's going a bit over the top. I've got nothing in, like... That's my police work one. Understand cop culture. For a cop, I'm not very good at that. Endurance. Is that really 2? I must have some penalty for that. Oh, I'm leveling that up. I am. But I will keep the other point. I don't like the look of that being that low. Right. Come out there. Come out, come out, come out. Actually, that's it for now. And there's just Andre to talk to, which I don't think he'll have anything to say.
Oh, the god of dance is back!
Right. So, I was hoping to find Crabman, because he genuinely might have seen Ruby, but he's nowhere to be found, which is unusual. Did I look properly up the spire? I don't. Right, I could wander out onto that ice. I still think the bunker is the place to go. But there could just be some random clue waiting for me somewhere. Out here. She could have taken a boat. Maybe I should have gone back and checked the fishing boats. There's that radio tower. Let's take another look at this. Interfacing impossible. I get 1 chance at that. 3% is not going to work, is it? Oh, that's disappointing then. I was pretty sure that was where we were going to be. Dead and dying insects. Nothing. Okay, well, there's this radio tower thing. If she's not just up here, then I can only assume that she's taken a boat somewhere. It did say to go north up the coast. Nothing. Nothing. I am entirely surprised. Maybe I need to... There's maybe more people I can ask around the village. I think while I'm running around up here, it would make sense just to go around the back of the church and just make sure that there's no clue waiting for me. I am open to suggestions at this point, but what have I missed? What have I forgotten about? Come on, keep going, folks. Keep on running. I mean, there's literally round the back of the church up there. Wait a minute, what the hell is this? How do I get to this? This wasn't here before, was it? It's just here. There's something coming parked off this little pier here. I can't get further down there. There's a boat. There is a boat that did not appear to be there before. When did that suddenly turn up? Let's go and take a look if we can. Maybe that was there the whole time and I just wasn't zoomed out far enough to be able to see. You two idiots. Have you seen a woman with red hair? Kids, seen any bad people around? One of the twins looks up, mouth slightly open. What bad people, he asks. I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is going to crack the case, says the lieutenant. I don't know, sometimes kids will give you a lot more useful information than the parents ever will. Here we go. This is new. This is new. Should have come here first.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning south.
Oh, she's brought a boat over here, has she?
I'll just keep the cordially in the channel if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
She winds the mooring line around the post.
Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way.
Of course, jetty. I prefer a good jetty to appear any day. Jetty.
Maybe she's not the experienced sailor she's making out to be. Hello, madam.
Hello, detectives.
She fastens the end of the line around the post and straightens her back.
It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
Curious.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now. So I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
That, and she's also keeping an eye on you. Have you been spying on us?
Spying has such a negative connotation. I did track your progress along the coast, however, and decided I would be better able to assist you from here.
Oh, assist me? Good. What are you offering?
Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the Cordelie red, like blood, you see.
Ah.
Well, I like it the way it is. Quite.
Susie? Sandy? Cindy? I know the one. She's on top of the balcony around near the flats. So how do you like it here?
How do I like it?
She casts a gaze toward the village. Slush melting on the cinder blocks. Construction work left half finished 10 years ago. Perception. Water drips down eaves of eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
Yeah, well, we don't need to talk about that.
I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
We will, and can we borrow this boat, please? Lillian, the net picker, dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in a scabbard, a sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
Try not to be scared. This is just how the real city looks. Oh, I'm not frightened, officer. I'd never... She leans against the railing, looking up at the grey sky. Above you, there forms a quilt of altocumulus clouds twisting into each other. The wind tugs and stretches them over the bay. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature drops slightly but perceptibly. Joyce, have I told you how they discovered this place? The wind picks up, a raincoat flaps in the gust. This fishing village? No, the Insulindian Isola. What is an Isola exactly? I'm guessing you don't know then? No, you haven't told me how they found it. Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty. Oblivion. That is so me. I knew you would sympathise, she nods. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means, our home, this island of matter, or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. She corrects the scarf around her neck. For now, how can I assist you in this new location? Let's have a look. Shall we just go tell me now we have time? Tell me now we have time. Do we? He glances his watch. It doesn't look like he does. I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you. This story she will tell it only before she leaves Martinez at the very end of her stay. Okay. Maybe there is something else I can assist you with while you're hot in pursuit. Oh, God, let's have a look. These aren't the questions I wanted. I wanted to know about... I want to borrow the boat and sail off into the island. Let's talk about this boat that you're on. Okay. That's all for now, thanks. Let me just try again, because...
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Been dealing with Everard again. Oh, she raises her brows to say, and... Madam, this whole thing is a takeover. Is what you're about to say when a cold streak runs through your heart. Once said, there's no going back, Harry. Yes, there is still reality-based knowledge I can glean from her. If I say... Or I don't know what that's leading to, so we're going to go with that one. We're going to come back. I don't know. I was hoping... I want to use the boat. That's what I really want. Let's go and talk to this lady down here. We've drawn a blank once again.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
I'm looking for someone else, actually. Okay, who? I'm looking for a suspect who might have stayed in this neighbourhood. Okay, when did this person stay here? Very recently, in fact, over the past few days. She might have arrived on Friday. Oh. She looks slightly disappointed. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning. Really? Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again. Sorry I couldn't help you out. A faint smile runs across her face. Maybe I can help you find someone else. Yeah, that's it. I'm not looking for anyone else right now. Tasks. I'm not trying to lift that legendary yet. So, it did say head north up the coast. I don't think she'll have gone back into Martinez. I would have thought leaving, heading north would have meant going this way. There's 2 buildings that we can't check. And that we can't... How the hell do I get over to this? I mean, that is the question. Unless something's changed over here and there's another way. It's like, the only people with boats that we can find, Joyce and this fisherwoman, they're not offering to take me over there. So there's got to be some other way. Return to the felled mural and consult the wind if you don't know what to do. Other than that, keep searching the coast. Ruby was in the Cinderblocks village but left Monday. She could be anywhere in the peninsula north of the village. Look inside the church. Ask around. There are people to the west of the mural. Okay. Or I don't know. Ask a girl on a date. Then ask her. Ask the wind maybe. It's like I need to leave the lieutenant behind. I'm stuck.
Our tenant, the...
I've asked the kids. It says go and look at that felled mural again. Let's go back. I've asked the wind. Is it all dependent on me getting a date with that woman? Is that where we're at here? Which was the felled building, that one or this one? I think it was this one, wasn't it? Let me ask this guy about the felled building again. He might give me some information about ways into it. Yeah, felled electrical. Okay.
Hello again.
I want to hear about the felled building again. You're saying that felled electrical built this boardwalk? Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war. Pleasure wheel? Lieutenant looks wistfully at the horizon, as if picturing gondolas rising into the sky. Yes, to lure in their star engineers, this part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global centre for innovation in cybernetics, but history had other plans. What happened to the engineers, the company people? I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. He smiles again, as if he's somehow personally responsible for this bleak turn of events. But this story is a bit too dark for little Michael here. Now, if you want to ask about tape computers, tape computers. Tape computers, he nods, wind tussling his jacket. I wanted to ask something else. Can't ask the kid, right? Let me have another look at this. Right, listen to the wind again. I know it's going to fail. Right, suddenly there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in a breath. This? Collapsing stone box? Flowing through it. Where does it go? In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs. And then the beach below the boardwalk, its winding tunnels a whisper away. What is happening? She's down there. This is like an instinct, a primal instinct, I think, Shivers, like Sixth Sense, which is also like Half-Light and Inland Empire. I'm not quite sure what this defines the three, but this is something like that. I think she's down there, below this building. Okay, why? We've looked everywhere else. Right, he shrugs. How do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically. Finally, my time to shine. Savoir-faire, which has done virtually nothing this whole game. There's a ladder next to the sign. So there is. Point to them. Perhaps we can climb them. Enter through the roof. I saw the things on the roof. Perhaps you can climb them. We're not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old and I plan to live to see 70. There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break if the ladder fails. The ladder is going to fail, but we've also got... Oh, right. So this is now opening new tools. Well, let's go and have a look. There's some barred windows or doors. I can't do them. Or was there a